will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. It is 79 degrees. Temperatures today climbing to 92 degrees. There's a 60% chance we'll see rain this afternoon. And if you take that forecast and just repeat it tomorrow and Friday and Saturday and Sunday and probably the rest of the summer, that's probably the way it's going to be. Have our afternoon rain and we move on with life. Minister Bob Imai is on the phone, Robin? Am I saying his name right? Mr. Minister Imai served as a minister of Happy Science in Atlanta, Georgia. We've spoken to a few people who represent Happy Science. He's a minister of local temple spreading its faith in Japan. He's a Happy Science monk, a research engineer. He helps people find and achieve their purpose and mission in life, and he's the United States spokesperson for the Master Ryuho Okawa's book, Think Big. We've had Mr. Okawa on at least once, right?
Yes.
At least once.
Yes.
The book is called Think Big, Be Positive and Be Brave to Achieve Your Dreams. I love that. That's a positive statement right there. Minister Bob Imai.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Am I saying your last name correctly?
Yes, close enough. Imai.
Imai. Okay, Imai. All right. Well,
Yeah.
are you in Atlanta right now?
Yes, it is. Yes, I am.
Oh, how's the weather up in Atlanta today? Looking good?
It's about the high 70s, the same as the Florida.
Oh,
Oh,
good,
nice.
good. I love the idea of happy science. I mean, why would we live our lives any other way but happy? I don't understand people who can't break free of depression. But at the same time, you know, there's clinical things and medical things. But for the most part, and thinking big is such a great idea. I mean, why think anything but big, right?
Right, that's correct. People tend to think negatively and very small. But if we look at our true self, divine nature, we have to think big. That is the cause of success.
Have you ever heard the expression think globally but act locally, right? You've heard that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do we apply that same thinking here? Do we think big but act small? In other words, do I take a lot of little steps in order to make a big progress?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In order to achieve the big the target, we have to act small, little by little. But in order to achieve big goals, have to think big. That's the beginning, the first thing to do.
Yeah. It says here that Mr. Okawa has sold over 100,000 copies of Think Big in Japan, as well as 100 million copies in 27 languages. That's pretty big.
Yes, it is.
So, but when he started, he only did one word at a time. So there's one little step at a time that worked out to something pretty big.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
And also, this book also helps people latch on to their fears and alleviate them, because sometimes when people fail, it's because they're afraid of moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this book will give us the courage to move on, because people they sometimes embrace a big dream, but they are lacking the courage to move on. So this book will give us the great energy to achieve and embracing the dream.
In your own life as a businessman, and maybe even in your personal life, have you benefited from this philosophy?
Yes, it is great benefit. As I mentioned, I used to work for as a research engineer for automobile industry. But my dream was not so big, you know. I was involved in the research on the safety issue to save the people from the car accident. But many more people are suffering all over the world. Okawa's books give me courage to move forward to save all the people in the world. So that is the starting point. I became a monk.
And as a monk, is it the same lifestyle that we picture with other monks? Are you like, you don't have sex and you only eat one thing?
Right.
I do. Same, because we human being has to live. In order to live correctly, I do the same thing as you do.
Oh, okay, good. Because that's the one thing that would stop me. You know, I would have a hard.
Yes.
It just seems like it's part of life. You I don't know. So did you?
But actually, I have no attachment. You know, that's the difference.
Oh, you're not married?
I'm married, yes.
Oh, but that's an attachment, no? You better ask your wife.
You mean a wife is your attachment?
Yeah. All right. So tell me about. It says here that you have some story about Mr. Okawa with the English language and working in New York City.
Yes. Even now, he's a great success person. But when he was young, when he went to the New York first time, he had problems speaking English, especially speaking on the phone. Even for me, it is so difficult. Or at the first time when I came to the United States, I was escaping from the phone call. The same as Okawa, and he was troubled to speak on the phone.
Right.
But he changed his mindset to yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Well, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's really two greatly different languages. I mean, I'm amazed. I wouldn't even know where to begin if I went to Tokyo. I'd be lost.
Sorry.
What is the word pardon? What's up with the word pardon?
Pardon is a kind of a scary word, you know. When I talk to the person on the phone, they think I am not, or Oka is not speaking English well, so they'll ask, pardon me?
Right.
Is there anybody who can speak English better? So that was scary words from the the customers here, you know?
Okay. But they're just being polite. I mean, they weren't trying to be rude, I don't think.
Right.
I think they just... Right?
Yeah, I understand, but still, nobody else can speak on the phone, so he has to handle it. So he said, yes, I can.
Yeah, well, that's... Oh, I see. So that was his way of just making sure... in other words, he had to push himself to accomplish that language skill.
Yeah, that is a start point, yes.
And
never give up.
And he touches the young people too, because they are always the movers and shakers in the community, and they have to have a good sense of what's right and wrong and how to succeed also.
That's right. Young people has less experience, so everybody, young people has to face to the new things. In order to go forward, they need a courage. But in order to find the courage, we have to find out our true mission or purpose of our life. In that case, we can get the courage. Yes.
How would you advise a young person who, let's say he has his heart set on becoming a football star? He's admired football players and he wants to, or baseball players. He's admired these athletes, but he really doesn't have what it takes to do that. I mean, do you tell him, don't ever give up on your dream, or do you say, maybe you should get a job, you know, selling cars or something? I mean, do you know what I mean? What's the best advice to give a young person who has dreams that might not be realistic?
Actually, what we have to do is look into our mind. And if we want to become like a football player, some sort of enthusiasm in our mind, we can find out. If not, that's not your mission, you know?
Yeah.
If you feel that is our mission, your mission, then don't forget, don't give it up.
Bill Clinton met the Prime Minister of Japan. What was that story?
Prime Minister, when he, President Clinton went to Japan, Prime Minister said, how how are you? Instead of how are you, he said, who are you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's funny.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
But President Clinton said, I'm husband of Mrs. Clinton. Very smart and very wit.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, President Clinton saved the Prime Minister.
That's like when President Kennedy went to Berlin and he said, "Ich bin ein Berliner." Mm-hmm. He was basically saying, "I am a donut." And I don't know if you ever heard that or not before. Well, this is always fun. I love talking to you guys. You guys are so positive. Bob, thank you for being on the air with us today. How do we get the book Think Big? How do we do that?
Yes, please go to the website, okawabooks.com, okawabooks.com, or ryuho-okawa.com, ryuho-okawa.com, or Amazon.
Okay, or Amazon. Yeah, that might be the better way to do this. Thank you so much, Minister Bob Imai, and be
You're welcome.
And come back anytime. We will take a little break, and we will be right back.
Thank you.
Florida Eye Institute is the area's leader in laser vision correction. From high-definition refraction surgery and LASIK vision correction to custom cataract, glaucoma, and diabetic treatment, you can count on Dr. Crowley and his effective, friendly staff to provide you with the quality care you deserve. Call 352-237-8400 for an appointment or more information. That number again is 352-237-8400. Looking forward to service your vision needs.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around: death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 34th annual Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo returns to the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion September 2nd and 3rd. 7:30 nightly, cowboys ride to help children walk with all the major events of pro rodeo. Get your tickets now for broncs, bulls, and babes, cowboys, cowgirls, and you. September 2nd and 3rd, the Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo. Don't miss it.
Some unique ideas for decorating with flowers. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Attention citrus growers, production managers, industry decision makers. The 25th Annual Citrus Expo is set for August 17th and 18th at the Lee Civic Center, Fort Myers. Citrus Expo, sponsored in part by Tessenderlo Curley, Dow AgroSciences, Plant Food Systems, the Citrus Research and Development Foundation, Fresh from Florida, Keyplex, and New Farm. Get all the details at citrusexpo.net and in Citrus Industry Magazine.
USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service in Florida has made it easy to learn more about EQIP, the Environmental Quality Incentives Program. Simply log on to their website at www.fl.nrcs.usda.gov.
Southeast AgNet is social. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, where you can be sure to find all of the agriculture news for the Southeast.
Or out on the patio. Decorating with flowers can be a fun, creative, and therapeutic activity, and there are so many ways to do it without breaking the budget. One of the first places to start would be antique shops or secondhand stores, even yard sales. Some unique ideas include using recycled cans, aluminum coffee cans, for example, or pasta cans, or any type that you can get and add a little bit of color to and use for floral arrangements. Or a vintage birdcage, large or small, adds an interesting architectural element to any typical flower arrangement. Another creative idea would be to transform an old or worn large wooden barrel from nothing to a gorgeous garden planter within minutes. Or using an old desk drawer or vintage dresser for planter drawer boxes adds a little fun and interesting element to a garden. Using old paint cans too could be a cute, fun, and unusual idea. Or teacups, because smaller flowers or succulents would fit perfectly. They make great vases, too. Other great things to use to decorate include old shutters, windows, chairs, ladders, even a picnic basket. Before you know it, you've turned your floral decorations into works of art. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
FlySanford.com. Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of their non-stop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Mexico City, San Juan, as well as over 60 domestic destinations, including New Orleans.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
WWOCA,
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to